push down, there's something for it to push against, so that you can actually make contact, and like it holds the little plastic box there. And the little plastic tab on the shell that holds that box in place had literally snapped off from, I guess, pushing it so hard and for so long. So I had to change the whole shell and replace the pad, but now my controller works again, so that's cool. Actually, I haven't really tested it, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. So the moral of the story is, be gentle on your controllers, guys. Don't be like me. Don't slam your L and R buttons. Who is Tio's hate him? Is it BMMT?
Yeah.
Oh
they're doing All-Star Random.
They're doing All-Star? Yeah.
I'll take away that capital because it does look like I'm saying Tio's hate the Lord.
Yeah, it does. It does look like you're talking about like a god or something.
All right, let's settle in. We could have had Blitz versus Peeve, but instead these two decided to be pieces of shit.
Yeah. The only way they would do this, I'm surprised. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I shouldn't be surprised that they volunteered to stream. This is exactly what.
I mean, yeah. This is
their plans worked perfectly. You've been taken for a fool. Congratulations.
It's fine. I love commentating over All-Star Random in the middle of a bracket. I'm so glad that I didn't go play Strive tonight.
Speaking of Strive, how is Strive?
Yeah, let's fucking ignore this game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is, like, I don't know.
Any game it's acceptable to ignore.
Yeah. Strive's good. It doesn't feel that different from like the last time I played. I know some characters that like is more or less true. But like the core game's the same. It's going through some balance patches, and that's kind of what you want. Like this is the second beta. It should not be a finished product yet. Like I think it's a real problem that people talk about the game sometimes. Like it's like, oh man, they buffed my character, they nerfed my character. It's like, well,
the game comes out in like a month. Oh, you mean like people are complaining about the changes before the game's even out?
Well, no, it's just they're like, oh, like my character used to be like this, now it's like this. Like, yeah, but it wasn't like it wasn't a release. It was the beta. Like you should expect everything to change.
Yeah, for sure.
You get that second one.
What about the lobby system? How's that improved?
Significantly. As long as you can get into the game, the lobby system's better. It now works more like how other ArcSys games do, where there's like arcade setups. They don't look like arcade setups, but they are. And like then you just
game center setups, like
game center. So
like,
like I join setup 1 and my opponent joins setup 1, and then we face each other, and we don't have to worry about finding each other or social distancing from other players or any of that bullshit. It's neat though. I mean, there's certain things that like I don't know if it's Guilty Gear and me being like more of a BlazBlue and other anime game player, and that's keeping me from understanding like the systems, or if it's just, you know, Strive specific stuff and it's different for everyone. Like one thing that like I can't get used to is if you pass over someone, like if you pass over their head, and then you hit a aerial, your character turns around and does the aerial in that direction instead of just doing it whatever direction they were originally facing.
Okay, so it like auto-corrects, but
it auto-corrects for side when you're in the midair. And so, I mean, it's not a bad or good thing. It's something that's weird to get used to because it's not a very common system. I think Mortal Kombat might do it as well, but in general, like once you pass over someone, you have to find like your cross-up buttons in most games. Not like every button will just turn around.
So every aerial normal is a cross-up in that game now?
I think so. I don't know. That was my experience that I was having. I don't want to like say, oh, this is the way it is.
Well, but but like the general rule is that. Like,
yeah, play against Pith Ram. Fucking every JA he did would like turn around if he passed over my head, and that's an adjustment to say the least. Like, I mean, again,
that's probably good because I think it just makes it's good for new players anyway because they don't have to like. It turns the cross-up from feeling into like some like hidden technique that you don't know about that you have to figure out to like just being a general mechanic of the game. Like when you jump over someone, use a move and it'll hit them if they're blocking the wrong way. You know what I mean? Instead of having to like not only know that it's a thing, but also like it's just first of all it makes it more obvious that it's a thing because you're more likely to find it naturally as a new player. And second of all, like you don't have to like figure out what the move is like that will do it. It's just a thing that you can do no matter what button you're using. And some might be better as cross-ups than others still, but like the concept is not like this hidden advanced thing that you have to figure out. It's just a part of the game that everyone that's just like more obvious to people. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Am I talking shit?
No,
Like
no. I mean, I get the idea of it. I don't think it. Again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think
I
it makes grounded state and aerial state more similar, and that's nice.
Mhm. I'm sure there will be people out there coming into the woodwork going, "They're dumbing down my video games," but it's like, come
Video
on,
games.
come
Yeah,
on now.
no. I
Like
mean,
that.
well, that's the discourse around like every modern iteration of like so many games that have to go through that
Yeah,
whole dialogue. Like Street Fighter V went through it after people like really
yeah.
enjoyed Street Fighter 4. Um, and I'm sure whatever comes whatever comes next in most are like big franchises are gonna have it. Like I'm sure Tekken 7, like people like as much as I'm not the biggest
Yeah.
Tekken fan, like it does have a lot of complex systems and like there are a
I
lot
guess.
of ways to simplify that. And I'm sure when it eventually happens, lots of people are gonna be upset.
Yeah, but the problem is the argument of the people that are complaining about that sort of thing are basically saying, "Man, but I liked being rewarded for looking up what my cross-up move was on the internet and my opponent not having done that." It's
Well,
like,
the thing is,
okay,
I think there is some value in that, just because like if
mm,
like having every aerial turn around means that you can't have characters that are good or bad at cross ups. Like it's just now
yeah,
all like
you could
every
argue it
character has access to that.
homogenizes characters a little bit, sure.
Yeah. So like that's my like big issue with that kind of a decision.
But
But
like I
again,
said, there still will be some characters who have moves, maybe like have moves that are better used as cross-ups than others, and that's still
yeah,
something you have to learn and figure out and learn about your character.
that's true. And again, it comes down to I'm not a Guilty Gear player. If this was like this in the other Guilty Gear games, then that's just fucking on me for not playing
Oh,
them.
really? You don't know? Okay,
I
I
know
thought you knew that was
I play other
changed.
Arxis games. No other Arxis games are like that, but
Oh, okay. Oh, that's. I think that's the end of the game.
or at least it doesn't immediately happen as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
Let's yeah,
2-0
let's
for 2-0 for Frost. I'm
stick.
glad you
I
were
love
keeping
it.
track of who was winning.
Yeah, it was a really fun match. Really excited throughout. Let's get on to a real match. Um,
Just know, everybody out there, if you decide to play All-Star Random on stream, we will just easily listening podcast over your shit. That's what you get.
um, oh, it is. Okay, so Blitz, 2-0'd Peeb, and now we're gonna see Blitz versus Clencher. Give him the match that we actually missed out on. Not necessarily Mao, but you know, getting to see our boy Clench. Now here's the real spice. What if Clench's connection was the problem, and we see another fucking huge disconnect?
That would be spicy. A spicy turn of events. People will probably accuse you of being racist against the Quebecers. Myself included. I know who you really are.
You're right. I even though isn't my biggest controversy, like as a TO at least,